I'm going to be talking about a book I recently read, Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. This romance novel is about a no-strings-attached relationship between a hopeful girl and a reticent man, turning to a relationship between the two that has intimate complexity of their thoughts and actions. Colleen Hoover, as an American writer, is known for her romance novels and her young adult fiction. Her best-selling pieces consist of It Ends With Us, Ugly Love, and Maybe Someday, and all of these books are in the romance genre. This book was published in 2014 and has sold millions of copies since. The main character of the story, Tate Collins, is a girl who recently moved to San Francisco for her job to become a nurse, and she's very passionate about her job, studies a lot, works a lot, but she begins to lose sight of this as soon as she meets a boy who he's crazy with that has a lot of secrets, and she spends a lot of her time trying to uncover these secrets and kind of loses sight of her devotion to becoming a nurse. And she realizes she's never felt this way about anyone in the past and is determined to end up with this boy. When Tate was first introduced to her brother's best friend Miles, the two wouldn't even consider each other friends, but they both immediately shared a mutual attraction for each other. Miles makes it clear that their relationship is purely physical, and Tate isn't allowed to dig up his past or ask questions about him, but Tate quickly realizes she desires so much more with him. The book captures Miles and Tate's whirlwind of a relationship by highlighting their ups and downs that make them relationship so complex. When looking at the beginning analysis of this book, it is very vague. The book jumps back and forth between Tate's present views and Miles' past views. Tate's present thoughts in the beginning are purely based on attraction and how she finds Miles attracted, but she doesn't know anything about him. Miles' past views in the beginning of the book talks about a girl named Rachel and how he's attracted to her, but we as audience don't know why he's talking about this girl named Rachel and why it isn't giving Miles' present views and it's giving his past views, so the audience is kind of left a little bit confused in the beginning. When looking at the middle analysis of the book, things get a lot more heated. Tate and Miles' relationship starts to become more physical and they're with each other all the time, but that's all the relationship is, purely physical. Tate isn't allowed to ask Miles questions about his past. We can see her thoughts throughout and see that she's struggling with not knowing who he is as a person and not getting to ask these questions. But as readers, as it's showing Miles' past thoughts, we can see a lot is going on in his life with Rachel. We're getting juicy details that Tate still does not know about. The end of the book analysis is where things really start to click. The big plot twist to Miles' past is revealed, and the audience now knows why he is so closed off from Tate and why he does not want a relationship. Once you read the book, you will understand why this event holds so much magnitude over the book. At the end, more of Miles' past is talked about than Tate's present thoughts. This is kind of to show the readers what is going on with Miles before Tate ever finds out. And once she does, everything just comes together and kind of closes off the book. Jumping between Tate's present and Miles' past gets a little confusing, but it helps the story be told because the audience is kind of left unsteady for most of the book until the very end where Miles' life is just revealed to us. But I really like the choice of the authors because it made me very intent on reading every fine detail of everything. The theme of this book is a relationship of both pain and pleasure. Tate and Miles' relationship is so good at moments, but then it is also so bad at moments. And the whole book is just Tate longing for something more with Miles, even though he does not want it or he doesn't think he wants it because his past is so traumatic. As I said before, Colleen Hoover is known for her romance novels. Kind of looking at the language Colleen Hoover uses, many people in Tate's life are pilots, and this is just a quote from the book that is referencing that. The quote says, "I didn't fall in love with you, I flew," which is Miles speaking to Tate, and Miles is a pilot, so it just kind of references his occupation, and this does it throughout the book. This isn't the only one. Her use of language is just used to circle back to the entirety of the book and makes everything relevant. The main conflict in this book is Miles' traumatic past and his incapability of ever falling in love again, as he claims. And this story revolves around Tate, even though Miles is the main issue in their relationship. And that's why at the end it kind of focuses in more on Miles rather than Tate.